What's up, guys? It's me, your boy Eric, and thank you so much for following my build. We're almost done in the phase 1, so the last piece of resistance is the headlights. I hate chrome, so we're gonna do a few mods on these bad boys, and yeah, let's get to it. So we got it on stands. That's great. I mean, we could do this without the stands, but since I'm doing 2 projects at one Saturday, might as well do both of them. So on this one, you got to remove the bumper first. So there are 7 plastic clips, two plastic clips on the sides of the fender, 2 10 mils as well, and then there's a bunch of 10 mils on the bottom to take out the bumper. So yeah, if you watch the previous episodes, I was recommending these ones, the plastic trim removers, or you can use like a flathead screwdriver. I mean, if you don't want to spend these plastic tools just to remove said clips. So yeah, let's do it. Alright, so we got rid of all those 7 plastic clips that's holding the top shroud with my handy dandy tool. Now let's go to the fender side. So we're gonna get rid of this. It's just another plastic clip, and we're gonna pull off the fender liner, and up here you'll see a 10 mil bolt that's holding these 2 together. So this side can be mirrored on the other side. It's really handy to have access to your wheels, even like without turning it on and off again, just to rotate the wheels. Alright, so we got rid of the 7 plastic pins on the top, 2 on the sides, and 2 10 mils on the side as well, underneath the fender liner. Now let's go to the bottom and get rid of these 10 mils as well. One over here and around that shroud. Holy smokes, that was really tedious. Now all I have to do is take it from this side. We should be able to pull this back. Yep. So starting from here, pull it down, then pull it outwards. Okay, this is so disgusting. Like, there's a bunch of dirt down there. There's like a bunch of bugs. Like, oh my god. Yikes. Yikes. That's just the one side. Oh my god, I'm really scared. I'm gonna tell you this, I hate bugs. But dead bugs, yikes. This project is just getting really, really bad. So it's not really a one-man job. Well, you can do this by yourself, but behind here you have the DRLs, right? You got to make sure you unclip those before you pull it out completely. All right, so I'm gonna do that first. Let's see if I can. No, I won't be able to show you, but you know, clips, electrical clips, you got it. Alright, so I got out the bumper. So I unfortunately didn't record it, but the driver's side has this clip that's hooked up into the back part of that. And then I really hate these, you know. It took me like 5 minutes to like get both of them. That's really long for just a clips. So that one's on the driver's side, and the passenger side, it's not as extended as the other one. So there's a clip that's holding it, like a retainer clip. It's right over here. Just use long nose pliers and just pop it out, and then yeah, take it off. Well, it actually fell. Thank goodness I have McDonald's box right there to to save it from the concrete. So Thanks, McDonald's. All right, so that one's out. Getting rid of the headlights, you have 10mm bolt there, one up here, assuming this one's a part of it, right there. Underneath this rubber, you have to get rid of this clip, another clip down there, and the bolt, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like it's being held by all those 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts for those beautiful headlights to pop out. All right, I'm not going to record it, but you know the drill. All right, so I got it out. The problem was this guy. That one was holding it back. Then obviously you got to take out this and that. Well, we didn't really need to remove that clip, just that clip. That clip and that piece was holding it in position. So we're going to do that on the other side now. That's great, we got it out. All right, so 2 headlights from the 370Z out. So I got out the screws holding it out. I put it in a small baggie, and I'm just heating up this spot around the lens. All right, just that part, so we can remove the seal that's holding these 2 parts together, the housing and the lens. So we're gonna do this all around it, try to pry it with these tools, and yeah, be safe out there. So it took me like a good 30 minutes of doing the heat gun method. Like, it's all around this, and I don't know, I did a little bit of a bad thing. I told myself not to pry it, but I did anyway, because you know I'm running out of patience. So yeah, the seal just goes around it, and then at the end part, this one is holding it. I think it's a seal too. So yeah, this is one of the most stressful part. Like, geez, I thought I cracked the entire thing because I heard like a really loud crack. So I don't know where I cracked it. Is it in the inside? I'll check it again, but for now I'm gonna leave it like that, work on the other one, because like I said, I used 30 friggin' minutes. So let's go get the other one. All right, so we got both of the headlights out, and it took 20 minutes this time. So we're gonna get rid of a few parts here, a few screws to get out the inner part of this. We're gonna do a few mods with the projector and the turn signal, so let's get to it. All right, guys, so first part, well, for me, you can jump wherever you want, but this one, I'm gonna remove the turn signal light and the housing that's being held there with 2 screws. My suggestion is to put back those screws where they came from so you don't lose them. And another suggestion is don't use a handheld screw, use a power tool if you can, because it took me at least 2 hours to get rid of all of these screws. So now, yeah, don't mind me struggling there and trying to see which screwdriver actually works. So yeah, now with the magic of editing, there we go. We got rid of the housing. I got all the screws in one place. So we're gonna get rid of all those divots because I hate it. We're gonna get rid of the shroud, the reflective piece, and yeah. So here we are, watching me struggle to get rid of the reflective piece, and yeah, it's its own thing. And there's this clear lens for, I would say, I don't know what they are. They're not DRLs for sure. So for these parts, you can get a long nose pliers to pry them out, because they're really tough to get rid of, especially with your bare hands. So we got the top part and the bottom part. I just, you know, twist them from take it from the corner and use the long nose pliers to just pry it out, or I don't know, screwdriver, I guess. So there you see, successfully got rid of them. Ta-da. Alright, here you go. After a few days and doing it, don't mind me, I'm actually wearing shorts, even though it doesn't look like I'm wearing any shorts. So I have a scuff pad with me right now, scuffing away so that the paint would actually adhere to the plastic. I mean, you don't really have to do this, it's just me being paranoid, because I've done it once already. It's just, it wasn't perfect, and I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be that perfect, so you know, whatever. And don't leave the dust there, so grab a towel, wiping it off with alcohol to get rid of all those scuffed parts. And as you can see, these are for turn signal lights. I masked the bottom one, so they are the only one that won't get any paint. So I'm using two types of paints here, one Rust-Oleum metallic paint and primer, and the other one's just paint touch. Why two paints? I just want to you know, experiment a little bit, show a little bit of depth, not just like black all the way. I mean, I've seen a bunch of people, you know, do black and white, red and black, you know. And right now I'm doing a Bondo filling with all of those little divots. This is not the right way to do it, because yeah, it's just not. So if you don't know how to do this, I'm not going to teach you how to do it. You can just watch because I'm not professional. Like, look at that. Who uses their finger to fill up holes like that? That's not right. But here we are learning. You know, make sure you have a perfectly even place, so you don't sand a lot, and you only put the right amount of Bondo, so you don't sand, so you don't use your entire day sanding, because sanding is one hell of a chore. It's a trial and error. I'm pretty sure this is not going to turn out perfect because I'm rushing it for like 2 days. Trust me. Alright, so moving on, we're going to remove the turn signal. Yeah, I'll just pop it. So, if you've seen the last episode, well, not the last episode, more like the previous episode with the taillight mod, I am using the same turn signal LED bulb with the accompanied resistor, because if you don't put the resistor on, you will have hyperflash and it won't have the same intervals of blinking. So I'm just gonna splice it. Just follow the wires that leads to the turn signal, and you're only going to apply the resistor to those turn signals lines. All right, and you know, you could probably just tap it like how I did it, and you know, wrap it with electrical tape, but that is the janky move. So ta-da, there's the resistor, and yeah, and we're going to get rid of the projector. It's a lens, it's not a full bulb, so don't be surprised. So you gotta get rid of that retainer, you gotta flip up your headlight, and boom, there's your projector. Put it somewhere safe. We're going to get rid of the entire housing for the projector, because you know, we're going to install LEDs inside. And before you pull it out, you make sure you get rid of the back piece, and there is a electrical clip in the back. Just snip it with your long nose pliers, and then it should pop off. There you go. See, it's right over there. And yeah, you got it out. So now, since I don't like these ambers, and all of my lights are tinted, we're going to tint these one as well. Why not paint them? Well, it's your choice. I just want to retain those amber colors, so that just in case I get pulled over and they realize that I don't have any reflectors on, I could just remove the tint. So yeah, if when you're modifying cars, make sure it's still legal, okay guys? Stay safe out there. And then boom, ta-da. Great. Moving on, we're going to clean the inside of the housing of the projector so that the LED strip will adhere properly. These are, by the way, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you like this so far, you know, if it's so far so good, it's great. Hit the like, please. It would definitely make me happy. So I'm using a foil of it's like a tape foil thingamabob, and it's supposed to, you know, protect it from heat, I think. I don't know, I'm not a professional, I don't know what these are, but I'm using them anyway. So I mean, they would, you know, reflect light as well. So by the way, all of these things that I'm using, they're in the description down below if you want to, you know, cop up some car parts. So we're just gonna do a first light coat, like so, you know, just light, don't go too hard yet. And then on your second, third, fourth coat, you can go ham, and make sure you keep your distance. As you can see, mine is a little grainy because I was spraying too close. And yeah, it's not bad, it's not the best, you know. But yeah, now we are going to install our halo, our angel eyes. So I did a mistake here, actually. Don't drill a hole on the bottom, it's supposed to be on the top. Why? Because you will see that there is a hole on the bottom when you install your headlights. It's bad. So I just snipped a few notches on the connector because it wouldn't fit. So as you can see, I drilled a hole in the bottom so that they would fit. See me struggle, oh man. And just pull, and boom, there you go. This is actually a 90mm halo. So if you don't know what your halo size, go Google your car and ask for, hey, what is the halo, like, projector size of my car? And forums out there are really helpful. So now I'm using a 2-part epoxy to you know, stick on that halo on the projector shroud, because well, that's what they recommend, because using the double-sided tape backing provided by the manufacturer, it's not going to stay there. So if I were you, use a 2-part epoxy like I did. I don't really know exactly what it is called, but I'll do my best to give you a link down in the description. So hey, if you're enjoying this video, like it, man. I'm really thankful for all the people who's watching this video and you know, following my build. I hope I actually teach you guys a thing or two. I mean, it's not the best. Oh, and by the way, I'm drilling a hole through there because I need the wires to come out. So I'm making a hole big enough for 2 connectors to go through. Hey Eric, how are you going to, you know, make sure that there won't be any condensation? Well, here's the thing, it won't be perfect. There will probably be a little bit of condensation because I did not properly clean the seals, so I will be reusing the seals, unfortunately. But you know, I will be using a gasket, no, a sealer for everything. So I will reheat the seals and add sealer to where that hole was with the wires coming out of the headlights. So now it's just, returning everything you did, put them back, make sure they're properly installed. Don't forget any connectors. Don't strip any screws, because just in case that you need to come back at this project, which I will eventually. But for you guys, as much as possible, don't try to half-ass this project. It's time consuming. So yeah, and install back the projector with the retainer. These screws are really, really difficult to work with, and you got to be careful when you're using power tools in front of a projector. You don't want to break your projector. That's going to be a bad news for you if you do so. So yeah, there you go. Install back the LED turn signal popped off. It snaps. All right, so we're gonna install back the reflector for the turn signal. I could have just left it unpainted so that the LED would actually show more. The turn signal LED would show more, but whatever. We upgraded to LEDs, and it would definitely affect the output. So I'm using a crazy glue type to put back those reflectors, and now we're just going to put everything back. The lens for the turn signal held by 2 screws. So when you are satisfied with your work, screw them back together, and now we are going to install it back to the lens. So again, screw them nice and tight. So you will be using, I used clamps to hold everything back together while I heat up the seal. So here I am heating up the seal. Don't overheat it because you're gonna burn the plastic. It's still rubber. Well, it's still plastic. The body of the headlight, and as well as the lens. If you overheat it, you're gonna melt it. So yeah, I just did a couple of passes of that, and I actually used a black silicone sealer, additional sealer, just to make sure I get some nook and crevices of the headlights. So now it's all heat up. I'm gonna put in the connectors through the hole that I made. And I should have done that beforehand so that I still have time to finagle the headlights. So yeah, see how imperfect I did it? Don't do it this way. I was just in a rush so that I can drive my car on my birthday week. So yeah, heat it up if you're having a resistance. Here I am using clamps to push it together. I actually used vice grip as well, and I don't want to scratch the lens, so I put a towel underneath. So yeah, you know the drill. So we're going to be talking about the connectors. It's simple: red positive, black negative. Find a way to install those. So I'm going to put a diagram of how I installed the wiring. It's a janky way of wiring it, but it works for me because I was in a hurry. Being in a hurry is not a good excuse, by the way. So both of these are actually Bluetooth controlled LEDs, so I can use it with my phone. And these are not the top of the line LEDs out there, so I am expecting the output to be a little bit in the average side. So yeah, so we're going to be tapping both negative on those controllers and both positive on those controllers, and we're just gonna hook it up to a line in the headlight, so that when I turn on the tail light, the park lights, they would turn on. So as you can see, I programmed it, it's working. I didn't record everything really, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you like it, hit like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you don't like it, hit dislike. And if you have any comment, questions, or feedback, hit me in the comment section below. So I really enjoyed this project, even though it took me a little longer than usual. They're not the brightest, as I told you. So yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest. There's a few leaking light from that black piece. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, I guess. Take it easy, folks.